hello. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Madam Chaos, and I want to share with you the cautionary tale, Hazard Hamlet. One of my favorite things about being a mad scientist is working out in the field. For example, PGE sent me to a town very much like yours, and these are my notes, my observations. In a neighborhood that could be any neighborhood was a seemingly peaceful, safe hamlet. The word hamlet is here being used to describe a small group of homes. This hamlet has come to be known as Hazard Hamlet because, although it appears to be perfectly safe, it's actually riddled with danger. We will take a journey into Hazard Hamlet and together observe the dangers and learn how to stay safe. One of the first things I learned was this symbol. This symbol means there is an electrical hazard present. To understand electrical hazards, first we must learn a little bit more about electricity. Electricity is the movement of electrons. When particles like electrons get all charged up and move around, they want to go somewhere. We use them to power our lights, our TVs, and our power tools. But electrical energy can also be very dangerous. So we must be careful because we know electricity always wants to go to the ground. Different materials respond to electricity in different ways. Some materials are conductors, which means electricity flows through them very easily. And some materials are insulators, which means electricity doesn't really flow through them at all. To demonstrate this, let's conduct an experiment. To the lab. For our experiment, I'm going to be placing different objects on the plasma ball to find out whether they are conductors, which allow electricity to flow through them, or insulators, which makes the electricity stop. Now, for each item that I use, I want you to hypothesize to yourself whether this item is going to be a conductor or an insulator. The first item is a paper clip. Is that going to be a conductor of electricity or an insulator? Here we go. Wow. All right, so what was it? A conductor! Excellent. I'm going to put all the conductors into this conductor bowl. I'm going to put all the insulators into the insulator bowl. Next, let's try something else. I know this object, a craft stick made out of wood. Okay, remember, is this a conductor or an insulator? Okay, here we go. What was it? An insulator. Excellent. Okay, next one. Let's try this, a bolt. Wow. Amazing. The bolt was a conductor. Excellent. This is a plastic straw. Wow, look at that. Clearly, this was a insulator. Excellent. All right. Oh, here's an important one. A wire. Oh. And there you have it. This one was a conductor. Awesome. Okay, last one. A rubber band. Wow, that was definitely a insulator. Awesome. Now, there's one more important thing that we want to test. Water. I have this glass of water right out of my tap right here. Wow. clearly this glass of water was a conductor. Awesome, everyone. What happened when I touched the plasma ball earlier? Do you remember? Let's find out. Wow. So this makes human beings also conductors of electricity. Too much electricity can be dangerous and hurt us. That is why we need to learn how to be safe. So now that we've learned more about electricity, conductors, and insulators, let's take our knowledge over to Hazard Hamlet. On a warm and windy day, Amy, Rory, and Jack went outside to play. Jack was busy flying his kite while Amy and Rory kicked a soccer ball back and forth. "Go long!" Amy shouted as her foot crashed against the ball and sent it soaring up, and over the substation fence. Amy runs to retrieve the ball while Rory hangs back. "What's this big green box?" Rory wonders to himself, kneeling down in front of the transformer pad. What dangers do you observe? Did you see all three hazards? Should Amy climb over the fence to get the ball? What do you think might happen if she did? Humans conduct electricity. On the other side of that fence is a substation. Substations are very dangerous. That's why there is always a fence around them. Fences keep people out. They are there to protect you. You should never get too close to a substation. Don't climb over the fence. Instead, ask a parent or guardian to call PGE, and they will come to get your ball. How about Jack? Did he find a safe place to fly his kite? I think not. Do you see those power lines above him? What do you think might happen if his kite gets tangled in the power lines? Oh my, that doesn't look like very much fun at all. When flying a kite, always make sure to do it in an open field or a beach where there are no overhead power lines. Should Rory let his curiosity get the best of him to open that mysterious green box? What do you think might happen to him? Oh dear. Remember, humans are conductors of electricity, and that mysterious green box is actually a transformer pad. Really dangerous. It is important not to climb or play around them. While Amy, Rory, and Jack were playing, their neighbors also headed out into the warm sunshine. Graham, Martha, and Mickey worked together to prepare the backyard for a luau they were throwing. Graham was trimming back tree branches, Martha was cleaning up the hedges, and Mickey was scooping dead leaves out of the pool. They were so excited about the luau and focused on their tasks that they weren't paying attention to the electrical hazards around them. How many hazards do you observe? Graham is happily trimming tree branches while chatting with his grandkids about the fun games they have planned for the luau. Graham is distracted and doesn't notice the power line going through the branches. What will happen if the trimmers touch the power line? Wow, lots of sparks. The metal trimmers and the tree branches both conduct electricity. If the trimmers touch the power line or they touch a branch that is touching a power line, the electricity will travel through the branch and through the saw and into Graham. Martha loves a luau, and so do I. the music, the food, the dancing. She is so excited to begin decorating for the party that she throws caution to the wind and uses an old taped together extension cord rather than buying a new one. What do you think can happen? Poor Martha. Always remember to replace the frayed cords because the electricity is in the wires. If the wires are exposed, so is the electricity. Mickey is busy cleaning the pool for the luau. As the net, that has a long metal pole, is gliding across the water, Mickey daydreams about the perfect luau menu. He is so lost in thought that he isn't paying attention to where the long metal pole is. Do you see what's right next to the pole? Right, the power line. What do you think might happen if the pole touches the power line? Remember, is metal a conductor or an insulator? A conductor. What about water? A conductor or an insulator? A conductor. And so are humans. Remember, water and electricity don't mix. As the children play and Graham, Mickey, and Martha prepare for the luau, the Tyler family is busy as well, getting ready for the big party. Grandpa Pete is about to blow dry his hair while young Arthur listens to his favorite Hawaiian music in the bathtub. Rose is in the kitchen toasting buns to bring to the luau, and Craig is in the garage building a stage for the band. All sounds perfectly safe, but if we look closer, we will discover that there are numerous hazards lurking inside this house. How many hazards do you see in the house? Make sure you look in every room. Here's a hint. Some rooms have more than one hazard. I counted 9, but let's take a closer look. Rose is a multitasker. She has the microwave, kettle, toaster, and iron all plugged into the same outlet. This isn't safe. Having all of these appliances plugged in and on at the same time could overload the circuit or start an electrical fire. Luckily, Rose is only using the toaster. She is trying to crisp up buns to bring to the party. The toaster dings, but no buns pop up. They're stuck in the toaster. Rose grabs a butter knife to dislodge the now burning buns. Is this safe? What will happen when Rose puts the metal knife into the toaster? Let's find out. We know why that happened, don't we? Metal is a conductor. First, we should unplug the toaster and then retrieve the toast with something that is not a conductor. Because we'd rather eat toast than be toast. Grandpa Pete and Arthur are getting in the luau mood, grooving to Hawaiian tunes while cleaning up for the party. The tub is filled to the brim with bubbles, and Arthur splashes about as he sings along. Suddenly, the music stops. Arthur reaches to plug in the charger. Knowing what we do about electricity and conductors, what do you think will happen? Be very careful around electricity and water, and keep things like hair dryers and chargers away from bathtubs and sinks. Craig loves nothing more than tinkering away in his workshop, building things for the people he cares about. Currently, he's working on a stage that the luau band will perform on. I should really up update that electrical box, Craig thinks to himself as he plugs in the tattered cord of the drill. Do you remember what happened to Martha and her hedge trimmers? What then do you hypothesize might happen to Craig and his drill? The conclusion is clear. It is really important to replace any extension cords and power tools that are frayed. Also, it is important not to overload your circuits and keep your electrical boxes up to code. Look around your house. Do you spot any hazards? What about outside? Remember, wires are conductors. So if you see a down power line, assume it is live, that electricity is flowing. And back away slowly, keeping your feet on the ground, shuffling like a penguin. Stay 50 feet away. If a power line lands on the car, stay in the car. The rubber tires are insulators and can help keep you safe. If you touch the metal doors though, ouch! If you find hazards in your area, talk to a grown-up to find out how to stay safe. This was a learning experience for me, and I'm glad I could share it with you. Don't let your house be part of a hazard, Hamlet. Use your powers of observation to spot the dangers and get an adult to help fix the problems. Share what you know, work together, and you can stay safe from electrical hazards.